Hello everyone, welcome back to Cosmic Sky. I am going to be showing you one of the newest pieces of content. In fact, probably the biggest content update Cosmic Sky has ever had, and that is Extractions. We are currently at the very end of map 10, the first map that has been played on the latest Minecraft versions, 1.21.11. It's been a bit of a rough transfer into this version. The start of the map had many bugs, and PvP still feels very weird in comparison to previous maps. The domination of swords in the meta has never been stronger, and there's plenty of other things I could talk about in that regard, but the main point of coming to this latest version was to facilitate the addition of this content update, Extractions. Now let's talk about it. Extractions is a brand new game mode that you can play within the world of Cosmic Sky that features a completely separate world to what you know in the grinds of questing and of adventuring. It has a bunch of timed instances that you can enter every half an hour. It has 3 completely unique tiers of gear, that is copper, leather and gold. It has a bunch of loot, much of which can be obtained in other places in this game, but some of it is only really regularly obtained from this extraction event. It's also open from the very beginning of the map, so playing it, grinding it, getting the good stuff, getting a good set of extraction gear, so you're not just using the free loadout, it's going to be basically a completely new play style. So you have a lot to look forward to in that regard. We're going to do a few extractions in this video, because right now we are not capping Koth, because apparently we're pushing for a 19x booster, which is a whole other thing. I'm gonna be honest. The competition for IS top this map, absolutely insane. We are catching up, but we only have however many days. That's a gem tinkerer. That's a different name. Those are name tags. I guess I have to go to the island. Little sneak spoiler. I've got shaders on, so the lighting's all weird. But yes, we only have 4 days, 6 hours, and as you can see, we are only number 2. This group that I'm playing with this map has basically never lost an island top, not for a while. We have just a little bit of chorus, as you can see, and okay, maybe I'm not gonna upload this before the end of the map, so I can just do a little sneaky. Look at how many freaking Enderman spawners are in this thing, bro. It's freaking crazy. And we are at an 18x booster, and apparently we are going for 19x. I don't know how much you guys that are watching this have done questing or IS top related stuff, but if you have any familiarity with how much trophy multiplier progress you need for the lower tiers, 394 mil, you will know how absolutely absurd that number is. And apparently we're going to hit it in 3 days, which I don't believe we will. I think it will take at least 4, but anyway, that's neither here nor that. And look, bro, look at the degradation. I don't know how much of the this island secrets I'm gonna be including in the video, but basically I'm gonna do some extractions and we are gonna talk about it. At the beginning of next map, extractions is going to be incredibly important because you can get some really good loot, potentially very early on in the season, and profit millions or lots and lots of slots, basically, if you get lucky. So let's talk about it. The first thing you're going to do when going on to extraction on the new world is you're going to be using a free kit. Obviously, I have to transfer some loot out of this. As you can see, I already have some protection and adrenaline rush boots. This isn't a very good set, but I've got a sharp 5 sword and a sharp 3 copper sword, so it's alright. But normally what you're going to do is you're going to be using a free kit. This is going to be, as you can see, basically just plain leather with a small amount of food. You're going to spawn in a number of little starting points. I think there are like 9 around the map, and you will be transported to one of these instances where you will come across this beautiful biome. Oh my god, I wish I could actually play this game properly in shaders and half the map wasn't in like darkness, because yeah, okay, you can genuinely see nothing, bruh. Most of the buildings in this game will have teleport pad elevators. I genuinely didn't even see that guy for a second because of how dark it is. And you'll be able to come up and loot these chests. So as you can see, I'm just going to go on autopilot pretty much and talk as I go. But you will be able to get chests, and they don't appear until you go close to them. There's a little audio cue that happens when they spawn. I think there are some spawns underneath this thing. In the edit, I'm probably gonna... yeah, I'm gonna try and isolate the audio for like that chest spawn. On the game sound, just up it to max. It's very subtle. I think they should either make it louder or make a more visual indication of where the things spawn. You will also find lots of different points of interest around with lots of potential chest spawns. The problem is that not every potential chest spawn will actually have a chest at them, which will make looting either different every time or just difficult every time. The extraction world also features no natural health regeneration, which means that health potions like the ones I've gotten so far, as well as regen potions, are very, very powerful. There isn't really a reason to take on the PvE enemies, except for the special PvE enemies that we will hopefully find. But this is also a PvP enabled world, so if you do have to fight a player, or if you have to defend yourself from an aggressive player, you will likely find yourself needing some potions. Okay, we got shot 3, that's good. So the thing about extraction is that your gear will lose durability over time. Once you lose your ability, that gear is gone to forever. You can't fix it, and you can't like replace it until you loot more gear. The gear will come with custom enchants. Like you can see, I've got silence on that sword, silence on this. I promise you can get more enchants than just silence one. Hopefully we'll get some more examples of that. There's a regen potion that will be very useful. So now we're getting away from that little village area that we started out. We're getting more into the main city, and we'll soon reach the center of the map. And as you can see, all of these tall buildings have elevators in them, and you may have just been able to make out the chest spawn. I'm sorry about the darkness. You're just going to have to tolerate it because the buildings look so pretty. Oh, I love shaders so much. Anyway, it's a shame, again, that the lighting isn't really properly set up. Apparently this has been looted. I guess I just double backed on myself without realizing. I've got a few waypoints. Problem with waypoints is that you will have to keep setting them. There are a number of instances, and unlike adventure instances, the waypoints won't be saved between them. But it is important to have some waypoints if you're using a waypoint mod or Luna client like I am, to help you get to important locations. This is an extraction zone. If you click to open it, it will start a 1 minute countdown, after which you can press the button and leave. It also has a very loud and very annoying noise if you don't actually want to listen to it. So we are going to run far away so we don't have to listen to that anymore. But yeah, that's basically it. You go around, you loot chests. There's chests in the buildings, not really much along the streets, and you just explore the different points of interest, like so. Chests that are looted will turn into copper chests. I think it's probably self-apparent by this point. But that is basically the gameplay loop. And at the moment, you'll notice that while I did do this completely for free, I haven't actually gotten much loot. Like, obviously, I'm in Abyss tier at the moment, so I'm getting nether gems. But the loot you get is according to your highest adventure map, which means that at the start, obviously, you'll not be able to get anything better than abandoned ruins loot. But that's okay, because you can still get a little bit of stuff. And if you don't have a good adventure set, it is one of the best ways, I think, to get gems early on until you actually get a good set of gear. The other thing is that I'm hoping we can find one of the special enemies. Oh, here's something. You can also get catalysts. Most of the time, you're going to get really bad catalysts, like this 5% fairy. But you can also get basically any catalyst, armor catalyst in the game, which includes some of the really exclusive and powerful catalysts, like the Koth set, the Boss set, and the Stalker set, which usually have very exclusive ways of obtaining them, but you can get those catalysts inside of the adventure. Same for Mythic as well. What we're going to do now is going to wander to a different point of interest. This was the village area I was talking about earlier. Then you've got the main city that towers into the sky. I do wish... I mean, most people, like, if you play this game, you will probably play with Fulbright. Like, it's basically expected. But part of me does think the build designs could be improved so that there's actually decent lighting. Like, why have we got these lanterns? I guess, okay, now this area is illuminated. Why can't we do that for everywhere? Anyway, one other major point of interest aside from that village and that city is the Cosmic Mart, or Sea Mart. I assume it's Cosmic Mart. Don't actually know that for certain. But this is basically a big shopping center, as you can see. And we are going to head inside and loot it. So when I watched the release of, or I watched a live stream by one of the admins of this server who was working on this update, and the time I watched them, it was when they were okay, sorry, we have 10 more minutes left of this extraction world. We're going to try and explore much as possible. This Cosmic Mart features a bunch of different potential chest spawns. However, one thing that was said, and I haven't done enough extraction to verify this, is that the different zones of the different points of interest of the extraction world have different types of loot, and supposedly the best loot, or the best chance at good loot, can be found near the center of the map. Now, obviously, this isn't verified. This is just what I have heard from one of the admins, though the way in which you get that better loot and how much better it is on average is not really well understood. Basically, though, at the start of the map, I think a lot of people, if they are smart, are going to be doing extractions. The reason for that is because you can do it pretty regularly, pretty consistently, and you have a chance of getting some crazy loot. Obviously, this is just one run, so we're not expecting to get anything crazy. Mostly we've just been getting potions. Get a lot of randomization scrolls, which is pretty cool. This is another extraction zone that I like to keep an eye on. But let's just loop around to something more interesting. We also have this, I don't know if I would call it a prison. It's more like a fortified laboratory zone over here with a few entrances. I think there's a break in the wall somewhere along here, isn't there? Yeah, just there. We can check it out briefly, or we can pass through. But yeah, the extraction world is very cool. I like the build quite a lot. We're also going to turn shaders back on. But I need to get a toggle for the lighting mod so I can go in and out of shaders quickly. That's something interesting. A tool booster. You don't get that many of those. Pretty cool, pretty cool. We actually do have some lighting in these things, which is nice. Let's see if we can find some more structures. You'll see these, like, I don't even know what I would describe these as. They're like shooting posts. Little towers. Can you even climb these? I don't think these were climbable. Well, I didn't think some of these were climbable. No guarantee at a chest here. Don't want to fall off that way. Or that way, frankly, but never mind. Let's get my bearings. I think we're going to head this way, probably. But the map is really cool. It features a lot of different stuff. A lot of different points of interest. Cool terrain, cool structures. Lots of potential places to get loot. You don't have to go to the city. Obviously, if the city is the best place to grind, most people are going to head there. But I would also recommend looting many of the large points of interest. This is obviously the massive tree area, which, I mean, it looks really cool, right? Like, hang on, let me just get the thumbnail real quick, guys. Ooh, or should I get it from one of the roof of one of the towers? Actually, no, potential thumbnail candidate. Yeah, if you go up, there's like spiral staircase stuff around these trees. It's actually a massive area, a bit sparsely populated in terms of chests, in my opinion. But there is also an extraction zone here, which is nice. Now, I'm not going to show you, because I haven't really gotten anything good, and because I'm using a free kit, I'm not going to show you the extraction just yet. I'm actually going to show you what happens if you fail to leave. Because you have more time than you might think to get out. Because it says time left is 4 minutes, but you actually have a bit longer than that. So we'll talk about that in a second. But we also have this raised road. We've gone past the tree bit, which is on the east side of the map. Good to make a mental note of that. And yeah, what other POIs have we yet to find? I don't think many. Oh no, I know what we're missing. We'll get to it in time. Or at least I hope we will. Yeah, so this is just another starter location, and this is the last major district. How are we going to get in here? Now, I know there is a way you can get in around here. Bit of a sneaky way in. But unlike the other thing, there's not a lot of fenced off space. I wonder I think that's just the edge of the map. I don't think there's anything out there. But, you know, you never know. This is a fake door, isn't it? Yeah. Somewhere along here, I promise there should be a way in. This is a terrible start location. God help you if you start there. You've got to run for miles. Well, not really. Because if you start there, you can use this little trick where the fence is not as low as it should be. Just there. They've designed it so it is possible to, you know, get started grinding as soon as possible. So, yeah, this is another completely big zone. Oh, I am taking more damage because I don't have any protection. In fact, I'm just going to pop the regen pot while we're here. Not many chest spawns in this area at all. You see, this is fine. Like, we just need this, bro. We just need lighting. Let us play without Fulbright. I mean, most people play with Fulbright, so it's whatever. Oh, we got a fishing trident booster. That's actually useful because trident tools are a pain to level up now. I'm going to take a lot of fall damage if I go down there, so let's not do that. We also have these like ravine areas. It's not just what you see on the surface. These are like the fake ravines, but if you go over here, you will find some actual ravines with some actual areas to loot down below, and I'm going to show these off and then basically fail the extraction on purpose. Okay, gotta make sure I know where the ladder is. Yeah, so there's basically a bunch of underground houses down here, and I heard, the problem is you hear that little audio, you don't know where to look. I think it should highlight the chests when they first spawn in. I think that would be a good quality of life feature. But anyway, as you can see, we haven't gotten any crazy loot. Obviously, I've mostly been focused on exploration and showing off the world rather than maximizing my number of chests looted. But still, you can see that compared to an adventure grinder that will consistently get a wide variety of items, you'll mostly just be getting potions, gems, and a little bit of dust in extraction. But every so often you will get things that aren't standard to the extraction world. So this is very likely to happen. I am doing it on purpose, but it is entirely possible that you will get engrossed and that your extraction time will completely expire. As you will see though, I'm not immediately teleporting out. I have 30 seconds of life support, and then after that I will lose my progress. So you have to make sure that you have hit an extraction point with 1 minute to spare. And that doesn't mean 1 minute on the original time left. You can have more than 30 seconds is still enough because you still have this quote-unquote life support buffer. But that is where we are going to end this first run. And obviously I died and lost everything. And I will come back in 10 minutes for the next one. Okay, now that we have done one extraction round, I'm going to do another, but this time we are going to be using our loadout. So again, this is a pretty basic loadout. Doesn't even feature a full set of copper gear, but it does have a few pieces of protection as well as adrenaline rush boots and relatively high sharpness weapons. If I actually go to my island real quick, I can show you a chest of other extraction loot that I've gotten. You can get a bunch of different things actually. Copper gear, leather gear. You're also supposed to, emphasis on the supposed to, be able to get gold gear, but in my experience it is incredibly rare. Which is worth bearing in mind. Look at how much copper and leather stuff there is in here. Mostly leather and wood. There's some copper stuff. But, you know, even with all of this done over many, many runs, not a single piece of gold equipment, which is kind of crazy. It does exist, but it just seems to be very rare to get from that, so I would bear that in mind when going into extraction. Now this time round, we are going to try and find a very special mob. So in the first extraction run we did, I mentioned that you're not going to get anything from killing the mobs. These guys don't drop any loot, they just serve as a bit of an obstacle between you and getting stuff. As you can see, we've spawned near the fortified laboratory, or whatever else you might want to call this POI. And what I'm looking for is a very specific mob that, well, without spoilers, I can simply say that you'll know it when you see it. I would say that this is one of the mobs, or at least the only mob at the moment, that you actually want to kill in the extraction world, as it is a mob that drops loot, but you will also want to bring some healing potions, as it has the potential to deal quite a lot of damage, especially if you are at the beginning of the map, and are fighting it with a free kit and don't have access to this protection gear yet. Most of the times I've seen this thing, it's been in the main city area, though supposedly they can spawn anywhere. They are also very rare and will only spawn 1 to 2 of them per extraction world. Oh, and as you can see, I'm currently trying to toggle my waypoints, but because I'm in a different instance, I don't have any of them at the moment, which is unfortunate. The monster I am after is very tall, so you can expect them to be in open areas, not inside buildings. But that doesn't necessarily mean they will be easy to find. Oh, that would be a good pull. Protection 2 and Anti-Axe 4. Very nice. That's a somewhat unique item. Slayer Bot Upgrade 3. I can imagine that if you're in the Abandoned Ruins, you might be able to get Slayer Bot Upgrade 1s, or any upgrade 1, which could be quite useful. One thing that I've actually just thought about, which is very funny, is that at the beginning of the game, getting good food is actually quite difficult, because you need cash, and cash comes not very plentifully. But extraction, you actually get quite a lot of pork chops, so you can actually like go into it. Oh, okay, yes, excellent. Here it is. From a distance, you will probably just see the end crystal, but then you will see the rest of the copper golem or turret golem load in. It's also walking towards me. Crazy. It has this area of denial attack, but what you just want to do is you want to come close and you want to start hitting it as much as possible. You don't want to get too close, because if I get too close, I thought, yeah, if you get too close, it can do a melee attack. But you just want to get inside basically this hit range, and then you can take it down. And I just got a +1 max nether gem, as well as 2 100% sockets. So in a normal adventure, well, a +1 stone gem would be incredibly valuable. If you imagine this was like the first hour of the server, this could be something really nice. You can also get slots, boosters, all kinds of stuff. So those guys right there, the copper golems or turret golems, they are ferocious. They can deal quite a lot of damage. Don't actually know if the damage they deal is true damage or if it scales down based on the quality of your gear, but they are not to be taken lightly. It's definitely nice to have a high sharpness weapon like this sword, but they can be taken down relatively quickly if you just avoid their beam attack and have a few potions going into fighting them. And they can give some very nice loot indeed. But that is basically it for extraction. You've got a big, beautiful world full of potential spawns for chest loot, as well as a wide variety of items, some of which will be found in adventure, but some of which is exclusive to extraction, and some of which is much harder to get outside of extraction. So there's a lot of potential. It's going to be a great thing to just do every half an hour as you go about your day doing other things, doing quests, doing adventure grinding, whatnot. Just breaks up the flow and potentially is very lucrative if you can get lucky enough, stumble upon a couple of turret golems and get rich in your extraction journey. But that is where I'm going to leave it. The last thing I'm going to do is find an extraction zone and see what it actually requires or looks like to leave, because, you know, we want to keep our loot. As you can see, we've got this extraction zone in the middle of this village area. All we have to do is press the button. It will start the 60-second cooldown. You will want to keep an eye out for any players, because as I said earlier, while the server might be dead now, this is a PvP enabled zone, so you should always bear that in mind. Also, normal rank commands like /heal, /feed don't work in here, but you can do /near to check if anyone's nearby. And we have 9 seconds before the extraction zone opens, and then as you will see, you have a 10-second window to leave. and then you can just click any other buttons, and it doesn't matter if you're in combat or if you're on 1 HP, as long as you click the button once the opening is ready, you can extract out. But yeah, that's about it for extraction. Once you have some loot to claim, you can go back into your loadout. You can shift click to send it to your stash, and then from the stash you can go in and grab it, or you can simply collect it straight out of your loadout like this. But yeah, that is pretty much all I have to say and show about the extraction world. And then you can, you know, pull some good gem like this. If you get +1s really early on, if you get mythic gems, +1 mythics potentially in there, you can make a lot of money just from basically grinding extraction for free. So I would highly recommend checking it out at the beginning of the next map, or any map that you're playing. It's going to be a really cool new feature that gives people another way to play the game entirely, basically. If you don't like questing, don't like adventuring, you now have extraction on the table, though it is kind of, you know, a PvP thing, so maybe that's not your cup of tea, but if it is, I would highly recommend it. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you in the next video. I'm going to go see if the Skywars has enough players, and hopefully make some more guides. So take care everyone, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.